named after the etymological myth in which Ares murders Poseidon's son, and it's the subject of the first trial. In Greek mythology, an etymological myth explains the origin of like a social practice. So the reason why this myth is so significant is because it tells the transition of Athenian law from like settling personal vendettas. The Areopagus is about 79 million years old, made of late Cretaceous limestone, and it's located northwest of the Acropolis of Athens. And besides being a huge hunk of rock, it was the meeting place of Greece's earliest aristocratic council, has hosted the homicide trials for some of Greece's most dramatic myths. It has a biblical presence and eventually falls to the Romans. Before the 5th century BC, the Areopagus was a meeting place for early Greek councils, similar to a Roman Senate. And the trials of Phryne and Orestes also took place here in about 400 BC. Phryne was a courtesan, and she was renowned for her beauty, but she finds herself on trial on counts of blasphemy. And there's two different stories. She was defended by an orator, and another one she actually defends herself. I'll just tell the one of the orator. During the trial, he fails in his defense, and in a last-ditch effort, he tears her gown off of her and reveals her naked body to the Senate. And they pretty much like decided that it was blasphemy anyways, just like she's good now, and she was acquitted. Another famous trial took place here was that of Orestes. You guys have heard Orestes and Agamemnon story from like multiple other presentations now. But he came from a long line of like victim becomes victimizer, in which someone was murdered, and then a family of the murdered victim avenged their loved one's death. And then someone of the new victim's family revenges their death, and so on. Orestes murders his mother Clemestra and her lover after they murdered his father Agamemnon. He flees from the Irons. I'm not really sure how to say that.
The Furies.
Yeah, the Furies, and like they punish people for killing their mothers, and that's what he did. So he flees from them, and his trial took place here on the Areopagus. And eventually he is acquitted because I took a mythology class, and this is what my professor told me. Technically, your mother is not related to you by blood, and she's just kind of a vessel that held you till you were born. So he was acquitted, and it's okay to kill your moms. Not your dads, though. And this was the transition of like settling personal vendettas to actually having an Athenian law system. The Areopagus also has a biblical presence. Around 50 AD, Paul the Apostle walked through Athens, and he was disturbed to see so many false idols embellishing the city, especially one with the inscription "to an unknown God." He was taken to the Areopagus to share his teachings, and here he preached of like the one Creator God to be the subject of worship, and the ignorance of pagan worship and false idols. Later on, the Areopagus falls to the Romans, and they named the hill Mars Hill after their Roman god of war.